My walkthrough of Trello. I'm going to walk you guys through one of my absolute favorite programs to use. I originally started using Trello years back. Um, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 years back. I started trying to use it. I learned just enough to be dangerous, right? So, like, I knew enough to at least like create things, but not really how to utilize it in my business. And so then I went digital completely with my iPad Air, which I still am. Um, however, as as a new year starts, I think you kind of have to take stock and really see what's going on with different things. And so I thought, well, I'm going to give Trello a try. I'm going to try and use it more. So I'd started using it more for the past 2 to 3 months and using it here, using it there. And then it was just starting to feel comfortable. And for me, when something starts to feel comfortable, I start to feel more at ease with the program that I'm trying to learn and what I can really do with it. I was falling like head over heels in love, like total rom-com. Yeah, I was falling. Um, and so I had shared it with some of the ladies that I collaborate on a daily basis with. And they were getting into it too. And so now it has really kind of become my absolute go-to. It's become part of my daily routine, along with my digital planner and tracking my daily numbers to opening my Trello board, opening my email, opening my boards, opening my job form. I'm just like, that's my zone. And so because of that, I wanted to be able to share with you guys and give you just an overview of what this program is, how it can work for us in our business, and just kind of let you see really what's going on. So, to sign up for Trello, Trello is free. There is an app, there is a desktop version or PC version, and that is you just go to Trello.com. You will have to create an account. You can do that. And I will tell you that there are paid versions with Trello. Um, I am not gonna lie, I do not remember what the name of mine is. Um, I used the free version for a while, and now, um, thought maybe it would tell me here, but it's probably somewhere else. I believe it's like $6 a month, and so it allows me some, I don't know, some different features, maybe a couple extra shortcuts, things like that. But let me tell you, you can use the free version of Trello and do basically everything I'm going to show you here, right? And probably way more. Um, so this is just an overview, but I don't want you guys to have run out and start buying all the different versions. You know how I always say, date a program before you actually start paying for it and figure out if it's going to work for you, and then use that free version if there is one all the way until you have worked yourself into a corner saying, I need more, right? And that's when you actually upgrade. So that's my best advice when it comes to paying for different things. All right, so when you talk about Trello, you're really talking about like organizing things with boards, okay? So I want you to almost think of this like Pinterest in a way, right? So this is your way to organize things. Just like on Pinterest, you have a Pinterest board. Maybe it's for food. Maybe it's for cricket and crafts. Maybe one is for kid and mom, hacks at life. Maybe one is, just funny things, whatever it is, right? So you kind of have organized your things. That's how you can really utilize Trello to its fullest extent, is because you can sit here and create a board, and within that board lives everything in that universe. So for me and my personal business, I just have one. It's just my name. My other boards, and I'll share those with you. I have one that I am creating for the 365 tribe. So don't worry, there's going to be one with all of our resources on it. I also have a board that is called Big Fat Projects. And on there are things that I kind of have in the pipeline, things I want to work on at some point. Um, kind of like those big ticket items, right? That you don't really have time for in the everyday. But if you do have some extra time, you're like, hey, I'm going to work on this. That's what lives in my big fat projects. Um, my Etsy project work plan is there. I have a hustle to director because we are doing a program, and I created a board just for that program so I can track it and follow the things going on there. I also have one called Party Time. I have a project management, which is just a generalized board, really. I am working towards this one, so I'm working on that. That's my original one. Here's a collab that I do with two other amazing ladies, and then I have one for my training content. So do you see how I have everything like organized in its own universe, right? I hope that that kind of helped to make it make sense. So first and foremost, let me take you to my personal business. Um, I like everything to be organized and visual. So Trello at the first part of the day. Let me actually take you to one that is just a little bit different. Uh, let's keep it here. Okay. So on this one, each one of these things, these are cards or a list, I'm sorry. So you can add a list within your board. So this is stuff that I am scaling for my systems and all of that, right? So when I'm ready to add another list, I just come over here and I click add another list. And maybe that is, oh gosh, I'm just going to say party ideas. That's what I'm going to name it. So now you see I have a new list right here, ready to go. So you can continue to add lists as you need in each one. Within each list is where you're going to actually add cards. So each of these, maybe look at it like it is like a recipe card box, right? So each list is a box. Within that box are cards, and on every card is a new piece of information that goes in that recipe box. So that's how you begin to build cards. I wanted you to see it from this blank, well, somewhat blank of a state, right? So you can see it's kind of blank here. Um, and I apologize if these are hard to see, but okay, let me just give you the basics of what to do. So when you create a brand new board, let's go ahead and just do it. I'm going to create a board. So you just come over here to your boards, hit the plus sign, kaboom. We are just going to name this test. Now you can pick your background. You see the background that I have on this one is a laptop over here. So maybe I want more than what I see. I'm going to click this. I usually gravitate towards photos, but if you're more just, I like to stay within my colors. That's what is soothing to me. Pick a color. So photos. So let's say in this test program, let's have it, oops, sorry about that. There we go. All right. Oh, it just keeps going down. Alrighty. Okay. So you can type in anything you want to type in up here in your search bar. And when you do the search bar, you're going to be able to come through and just see all the kinds of things that they've got. And you can see there's, I mean, honestly, I don't even know how long these lists go on for, but you can probably pick any type of a background you want. If you want to actually upload your own photo, you can of course do that. Um, so I'm just going to start with this one right here. It looks pretty simple, right? I think that looks good. And I'm just going to hit create. Now, when this creates, so you can see there's our background, and this is what we have begun with. So here's our first recipe box. What are we putting in there, right? That's how we're going to create all of these different things. Maybe at some point you decide you can come over here to the three dots in the show menu. You can add a description about your board. So if you're going to be collaborating with people, which we're going to get to that and why it's so important for this, but um, this is a really great way to be able to say, like, for this test, and I could put as a description, let's just go ahead and put a description of um, training purposes and save that. So now whenever anybody sees this board, they're going to see the description right there. So again, as you can see, again, I'm alluding to it, that we are going to talk about it, that you can collaborate in real time. So that just kind of tells you the description, what's happening here on this board, right? What it's about. If I want to change the background, if I want to get away from that party atmosphere, maybe I want to go to sunsets. Let's make it be a sunset. Let's pick a pretty one though. Oh, that one is just stunning. Okay, let's go ahead and pick that. And there you go. So you see, you can sit here and you can go all the way. This is where you can also do the custom. Like I said, if you want to go ahead and pull a file from your phone or from your computer, whatever you're working on, right? Just hit that plus sign. You'll be able to go through your photos and pull forward just a regular photo that maybe is more appropriate for you. Custom fields, you don't really need to worry about that at this point. We're just kind of doing a very quick overview. Stickers, they're just kind of a fun thing. As you can see, as you hover over them, they are like little stickers. So when you have a board, or I'm sorry, a list, let's go ahead and just say, this one is going to be test system. And then I'm going to add a card. So again, remember in the recipe box for test system, the card is start here. I want to give people a place to start, right? When I create a card for this list or recipe box, I'm going to hit that pencil. Now I can open the card, edit labels. I can do a lot of things just from right here. I'm just going to go ahead and open it because I want you to see what the card looks like. So in the card, remember that's how I named the card, start here. Then again, another place for a description. So starting point, there we go, save that. Now, then I've put a description down here, okay, so that makes it pretty clear what this card is for. Now, again, remember we can add members. I told you about that. Okay, so that's one of the places that you can find members. You can add a label. Anybody else love a good color coding system? I certainly do. All right, so I'm just going to put starting. Oops. Let me do this. Pick color first. That would be helpful. Pick a color, starting, and save. So now I have a label that says starting, and I have one that says finish. Okay, so as you can see, I can kind of flag these depending on what I want. I want this board to have that starting label. So once I have it, I just click out. Dates, so if you want to actually add in, like, example, a due date reminder, maybe you want to remind yourself that 2 hours before the due date, you want a notification, right? You will be able to get that in here. So that's how you can do that. You can add attachments when you do that. There are a lot of different ways that you can attach. So of course I'm on my Mac, so I can pull from my computer. I can pull from Trello. I do have my Google Drive linked in, so I can pull directly from my Google Drive. Also with my Dropbox, OneDrive as well. And then again, if I just want to pull very quickly, attach a link from wherever, I can just pull the link in, hit attach, and there it will be. But it will keep it within this card. Cover, so maybe you want each one to have a cover photo, and maybe you notice, and we'll look at it again, one of my other boards where I actually, am a little bougie and I have created covers for all of my boards. Again, this is a visual thing. I like visualization, okay? I just do. I'm just going to make it a color for now, though, because I don't have time to do that. But what you can do is just go into whatever graphics program you use, Canva, whatever it is, create a quick small image, upload it into here, and then boom, that will become your cover. So that's how you can actually do that. Or again, search for photos and you can pull a stock photo. All right. Then we have power-ups. I believe, I'm not for sure on the free version if that is an option anymore. Like I said, they did do a lot of upgrades to Trello pretty recently. So this may be a part of the package that I actually pay for. But in this, these power ups, it kind of gives you a way to really do integration. So, one of the ones that I love and have on one of my boards is I have it connected to my Gmail simply because I use Jot Forms, which with Jot Forms, when somebody completes one, it automatically sends me an email. And that way, when I get that email, I can instantly go in my Gmail, pull up the email, and put it into a Trello board. Boom. And so that way, next time I sit down to pull up Trello, it's already there. I don't have to remind myself, hey, didn't I have an email I wanted to follow up with, or whatever it is. So this is just an integration that I have the ability to do. Same thing with Teams, Google Drive. Like I said, I have Google Drive attached on mine, so I can pull directly there. If you utilize Slack, I do as well. Not as much as I should, but I do. And just, as you can see, a handful of more that you can just go and go and go. All right, we don't need a power up though. You can set this for automation. In order to do automation, this is the Butler version. And again, I want to say this is probably one of the paid pieces, but it might be a part of the free. Basically, it's really setting up automation for you in order to like give it commands. So if this happens, then make XYZ happen. It's one of those kind of things, right? So I can go to the Butler directory. I can utilize all those shortcuts. From here, I can do pretty much those quick and easy ways that I wanted to share information earlier when I was just hovering over it, but now it's here. If you're done with this card, you could archive it away if you're not going to use it anymore. And there we go. So now we've created a card. And then maybe you want to put a sticker on it so it just looks a little bit, I don't know, more interesting. I don't know. So that's what the stickers are. Um, Again, automation power-ups there. And it does keep a running tally. So you can see when I created this 8 minutes ago, everything that has been done. So if you're utilizing Trello and having different people work within the same workspace, then if Cassie was in here working with me and she was making some changes, I would be able to just look at the activity and go, okay, I see she created a new board. Oh, she changed the background. Okay, whatever, right? And that way she could just have a running track of what's happened since she last looked at it. So that's why it's very, very helpful when it comes to working either collaborative or if you're working with your team. So, for those of you who are leaders out there, if this is something that you think that would be a really good thing, I mean, I do, um, which is why I plan to build it out for my team. It is going to take you some time to set some things up, decide how you really want to utilize it, but I will tell you that this is gonna blow your mind when you see all that it can do. All right, so that's how we kind of created this blank board that kind of walks you through what your menu options look like here, okay? So I'm going to take you over to let's go to just my business board. Like I said, I'm bougie. I made all of those. Yes, I did. Okay. Hi, my name is Jacqui. Okay, so what my board is, this is my personal business. So these are all the things that I'm working on all throughout the week, all throughout the month. And each recipe box or each list, right, is here with its own card. So samples, whenever I have bulk samples that I'm making or I'm creating, that's when I document them in here when I'm working on. And then I have a done board. So when I'm done, you can actually move the card. Um, that's a really great way to be able to see things. So we're going to see that in action in just a moment. All right, so fast start. So my onboarding programs. I've tried to take away a lot of the info because I do have team members in here. Um, but you'll see that what I utilize this for specifically in my business is when I'm onboarding a new team member, I put their 70 date mark on the card title. So that way, just at a glance, I know exactly where they're at in their journey. Because for the first 70 days, that is my onboarding period. Okay. Sponsoring someone is having them click the join button. Onboarding is getting them trained and up to speed. So that's the onboarding process. So I like to have it at, I give my people when they join, I always ask them, do you want to have a fast start or do you want to go at your own pace? And I give them that option. So this way I can easily follow and track. Then after they've kind of gone through that, when they're in the onboarding process, I put them down in here. So I have Brittany in here, her days, or she's coming up on her 70 days pretty soon. So I'm going to be working with her. But this at a glance gives me that option. Then I have a list that or a recipe box that I've entitled Post 70 Days. So again, I just track my team and my frontline specifically. This should probably say frontline. But to me, it just, I know what I'm looking for in here, team versus group. Um, so being able to have all of this in here again, remember, this is how when someone joins my team, when they join me specifically, rather, when they join me, I create their card and I put that 70 days mark in the title. So I can see right here, first of all, they're post 70 days. That means they're out of the onboarding phase, right? They're now into that really learning their business portion. But I can see how they're going in their journey. I can see, how far out they are from their 70 days. Has it been a while? Specifically for somebody who like Melissa in this example, I'm getting upon that timeline to where it's probably about time to do maybe a check-in and just kind of reach down and see how things are going, right? Um, she's pretty active in a lot of the stuff that we do, so I'm fairly confident that she's okay, but I still want to make sure that I'm reaching out. So that's why keeping those dates in there has really made it easy. So let me show you exactly how that would kind of work too in real life. So we've got Alexis here who just started. She is on the Fast Start onboarding program, right? So once I've started with her and officially gotten that going, I'm going to then just click and drag her card right on over here into this list or recipe box. Okay, think of it that way. Because now she's in the onboarding, she's in the in process of onboarding, right? Now, when she's done, when it is March 27th, right, and she's completed her 70 days, she's out of the onboarding phase, I'm going to want her over here. So to move her, I just click, sorry, it was scrolling as I did that, click and drag. And so I probably put her at the top, maybe, well, actually maybe at the bottom so I'd see the older people first, maybe that would make sense. Anyway, so then she would get into here. So you see how easy that is just to move her without having to really even do much, right? So at a glance, I can just look to see, right? Of course, I've given these each labels. I'm not going to open a lot of this stuff up because like I keep their personal information in there. So I keep their contact information in there. When we have conversations, whether it's, I do keep track and notes in my iPad and my planner, but I then will kind of do a quick overview here on my Trello board. So as I'm talking with them and all of that, I don't even have to pull out my planner and open my good notes and do the whole thing. I can just easily see a snapshot of what's been happening when I've been talking to them or working with them. After that, then I have my weekly to-dos. So these are some things that I have that I do on a weekly basis. One thing I do want to show you, which is why I think it's so great, I send a top 50 sales email every single week to my team members, specifically to my team members and my frontline. But I have an attachment in here because I do have a power up with my Google Drive. Remember, my Google Drive is synced to this Trello. So at once, all I have to do, that's the document that I have. when I send them an email, I actually keep it as a Google Doc. And so then that way I can modify it and then send it out in email. It's also right here. So I don't even have to go and open Google Drive and go to my docs and do all the things, right? I can just click and pull this and use it as needed. So I really like having that feature. I think it's very helpful. But again, as you're starting out, if that is not part of the free thing, don't let it, don't let it. Okay. Um, then I have a first of the month. So things I do at the first of every single month. I have a monthly overall to do. So there's group mail, there's team mail, promotion mail, newsletters, all the things that I try and do consistently on a monthly basis. After the pay period, there's just a couple of things that I normally do there. Mid-month, I have a couple activities in that. End of month, those are the activities I have coming up the pipeline. Then I have my done boom board. And let me just say, I love this board. So you can see like these were samples that I had done, right? Oh, we had the fall and winter catalog launch. So we had bring back my bar, um, all of this. Here's the last round of bring back my bar. You can see very easily um, I had a checklist going in here, so I knew that I needed to order the bars. So when I did that, checklist. Print out the flyer to send with the parties, did it. Print the labels, did it. Make the testers, did it, right? So I gave myself a checklist to hold myself accountable. That was really, really helpful. Um, I probably, looking back, I probably should have gone ahead and just like saved my labels in here. But remember, like I said, I wasn't using it as much as I am now. So give me some grace. But do you see how easy that is to look back and see? So what did I do for the last Bring Back My Bar, right? What did I do when it was the Valentine's Day wax collection? Um, what is that? Which I didn't complete it, but I should have put again a picture of it in there. Coaching calls, mentor calls, training content. So that's just some training content that really focuses more on my personal business. I have a kit list, meetings, collabs, programs. I have a club tracker, so I have not updated this. I'm currently moving it from the iPad into Trello, so I have to move all that over. Happy Mail, and then the programs that I'm in there. So I can just keep on going and keep on growing with this, and I absolutely love that. I'm not gonna lie, I love that. Here's another board that I am creating, and this one is the one that's going to have a lot of info in it that I'll be using on a pretty regular basis. So, um, as you can see, I've just gone through right now and I've just kind of created covers. But again, same concept, right? So I'm going to be able to come in here and put all my material in here for a clickable party. If I'm doing a shopping link, if I have an in-person party, a pouch party, a Facebook party, all the things, right? So everything that I need will be linked here with, if it's a Google Doc, if it's an image, if it's a PDF, it's a video, whatever, all of that can fit into here. And that is just fantastic. Not gonna lie. So we are, like I said, this is the one that I am really working on creating for the Scent 365 tribe. So this is what I'm working on to create as a resource guide. Because here's the thing, you guys, at the end of the day, here's what happens, right? What happens is, or rather, what could happen, what if Facebook goes down? What if Facebook were to go down tomorrow and be down all day long? What would you do? How would you work your business? Would your contact information probably be in Facebook? Maybe. Would your messages be there? Would your notes on who did I send Happy Mail be in there? I don't know, right? Whatever it might be. This gives you control over your entire business. And yes, we have the workstation. And yes, you could use a paper planner. And yes, you could use a digital planner. And yes, you could do all the things. It really depends on what's going to work for you at the end of the day. And for me, I am a visual person. This works for me. I like being able to see things at a glance. I like being able to get in here and move and fiddle with them and all the things. There is a very big satisfying feeling of being able to put something in the done category. Oh my goodness. It is a rush. It is amazing to be able to move something into the done list. And I love it. Gives me satisfaction, makes me feel like I'm getting things done, makes me feel like I'm moving forward in my business. So, this is a really rough overview of Trello. I am in no way being compensated for this. I am in no way endorsed for this. One last thing I do want to show you is that, okay, so let me go to my Scent 365 tribe here. So, ready? I told you I wanted to be able to collaborate with the 365 tribe, right? So, when I'm ready to do that, when I've got things all set up and I'm like, okay, guys, it's ready to go, I'm going to send you out an invite, right? So, here's the thing, you can click that invite button. If you have their email address, you can put that in there, it will send them an email. If not, you can just use the invite with the link. So create a link, there it is. I would copy that and then I would paste that. Maybe that's in the Scent 365 training group. Maybe that's in a personal message, whether it's in a text, whatever, right? So now all I like to do is copy that link. As soon as you were to get that link and receive it and click on it, boom, you are already in here. Now this board specifically tells me who's in here. You can see that it's me. But let's go to another board. Um, let's go to the Three Amigas board, and you'll see, actually, no, because that's, let's go to boards over here, because I want you guys to be able to see, oh goodness, here we go. Here's a guest workspace. All right, so you can see that there's multiple people in here. There's me, there's Cassie, and there's Vicky, right? So when I click on that arrow, it's going to tell me who's the admin, right? But if we want to add more people into this to collab together, right, we can do that. Remember, if we are all collabing in here, here's the thing. Look, I can see the activity. I can see what happened last. So maybe I go in here and, I mean, she'll see it, but I'm just going to go here. I'm going to move it under there. Maybe I'd be like, oh no, Cassie, we should put that one there, right? And then I've made that change. So when she comes back in the next time, see if it'll update. Oh, why didn't it update? I don't know why. It will show everything that's been done, right? So let me move that back before I forget. Okay. So then I can go through, we can work together, we can collab together. Right now, Cassie is pulling all of this up and we're creating a system for this. But um, as you can see, that's the way that you're able to collaborate in real time, work on a big project together, and really do what you want to do. So I think that that is a very powerful tool, specifically when you're working with your team, if you've got a networking partner, somebody that you collab with, an accountability partner, whatever it is, right? This is a really great way to be able to do that, and you can do it for free. So how awesome is that? I think that's fantastic. All right, so there we go. There is the overview of Trello. I hope this has helped. This is, again, just a beginning, flat out overview. If you are ready to level up to the next level of Trello, then make sure that you hit the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications, because I will have more videos coming your way.